Organizations are influenced by forces from both within and outside of the organization. This topic focuses on the characteristics of an organization's environment and why it is so important for strategic management. At the end of this topic, you should be able to 1. Know the different types of environment. 2. Explain how the different environments influence the functioning of an organization. Organizations have the ability to influence both their internal and external environments. Inputs and resources come from the external environment, and the produced outputs are distributed to the external environment. Organizations are open systems in the sense that organizations interact with the environment. Resources flow into an organization in the form of raw materials, services in the form of labor, equipment, capital, or information. Organizations then use these inputs to produce their products and services. The products and services can be of the same type, can take the form of new materials, services, equipment, information, or create a new type of product or service, such as aggregating information into a search engine product. Organizations have a two-way interaction with the environment. The environment affects the way an organization conducts its business. For example, carbon emissions taxes in some countries cause manufacturers to change their production methods. Organizations also affect the environment when the organizations use up resources such as trees. Organizations can plant new ones in sustainable land plots, or they can lobby governments to change regulations on tree usage. Manager must stay abreast of external developments and react effectively. Organizations must differentiate between the macro environment and the competitive environment with regards to both social and economic developments. The macro environment includes legal, political, technological, social, and natural factors which affect organizations. The macro environment affects all organizations in an environment. For example, technological advancements like the internet affect all firms. The competitive environment is restricted to the business dealings of an organization. The suppliers, customers, competitors, and the substitute or complementary products and services. The competitive environment is more specific to an organization. For example, if a supplier goes out of business, it only affects the organization it was supplying. The internal environment refers to how the managers and employees behave in an organization. The values, goals, climate, and culture of the organization make up the internal environment. Organizations have control over the internal environment, but some aspects of the internal environment emerge naturally. The internal environment influences the decisions and behaviors of the employees in the organization. Ultimately, this can affect the cost of the organization and how it responds to the external changes and pressures. The macro environment contains factors that affect both the competitive and internal environment. The economy, technology, laws and regulations, demographics, social and ecological factors are global and affect all organizations in an industry. The competitive environment is external to the organization, but limited to the business dealings of the organization. Rivals, suppliers, buyers, new entrants, and substitute and complementary goods are directly relevant to the business processes of the organization and determine how well the organization can compete. This is the level of the external environment which is closest to the operations of an organization. The internal environment, the culture, values, and climate exists within the organization and affects the organization's behavior from within. For example, organizational policies on task sharing between employees are part of the internal environment.